So once the fiber is out of the oven, you've cooked it at 175 degrees for 45 minutes. You're ready to rinse. If you've done your job well, if the heat set has worked appropriately and you haven't used too much dye and you've remembered your vinegar, you are going to have water that is mostly clear. You can see the bottom of the pan through that water. That means that the dye took up really well. It's just got a faint green tinge that you probably can't see. But that means that it did what it was supposed to and the dye was absorbed into the yarn, or fiber as the case may be. So I'm ready to rinse. What I've done is I have a bowl over here filled with plain hot water, tap water, and it's not quite as hot as the fiber. The fiber is 175 degrees. The hot water is probably closer to about 100, but it is hot. Don't use cold because if you shock it with a different temperature, you run the risk of felting non-superwash wools and things like that. So you don't want to do that. So I use just hot tap water. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this over here, the turkey pan. I'm going to pinch the fibers so that they're all in one hand. And just let that water drain out. Now that water is clear, so I'm not really putting any dye into the water system because it's pretty much all absorbed up. So I'm just going to let it drain a little bit here. And then I'm going to put it in my bucket of hot water and let that soak. Depending on how well the dye has absorbed, you may have to rinse it more than one time. Usually I give it 2 good rinses. If the dye is still coming off it after that, I'll do another rinse, if it's really bad, that means that I probably forgot the vinegar or did something else, and it'll go back in the oven, and we'll see if it can go from there. But that's generally all there is to it. You end up with your dyed yarn or fiber, and it's fairly rinsed and clean, and then all you have to do is hang it to dry it. You just use normal hanger. You fold it over the hanger and hang it somewhere that's okay to drip. You can put it in your shower, hanging off your shower. I sometimes hang it off the door of the washing machine and let it drip down into the washing machine. Anywhere that you need to, to let it drip dry. Now, if I pour this all out, you can see here what I'm left with is a bowl full of yarn that has been rinsed. It's been heat set, so it's all done and ready to go, ready to be re-skeined into yarn. This is all that there is to it. You can see there's still quite a bit of water in that. There's one other way you can dry this also. Some people have done this to a great effect. If you put, this is 3 skeins. If you put the 3 skeins in like a lingerie bag, so zip the bag shut, put it in the washing machine on spin cycle. It really only takes about 10 seconds. There's no water involved. You've turned the knob so that it's on spin so there's no water coming in or going up because that can agitate the fiber and felt it. You let that go for about 10 or 15 seconds and it'll be all done. It'll be mostly dried. At that point, it takes just a few hours to finish drying. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks.